that. But are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, we the next one we got is the main event of 260, which is the title fight for the. It's a heavyweight matchup between Stipe Miocic, who is 20-3 and is the plus 105 underdog, which is crazy, versus Francis Ngannou, who is 15-3 and is the minus 125 favorite. What's your predictions?
So again, state the obvious. I got Francis can knock out Stipe. He could, especially dangerous in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, normally I give Conor 6.5 minutes, and I predicted Poirier about 7 minutes knocking him out, and he actually did in the 7th minute.
Yes.
So I look at fighting a guy like Stipe. Francis has about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to do this, which he can. State the obvious. Stipe can take Francis down and dominate him again. So we have the two obvious. Ngannou can knock him out if it's in between the first 230, and Stipe can do exactly what he did to him the first time, because that's what could happen after the first 230. Now, questions. Francis, has he improved his takedown defense? We have no clue, because he's been in the octagon for 2 minutes and 40 seconds in his last 4 fights. Yeah. Has Francis' ability to stand up improved? I've watched him with Tyson, but he's still throwing these wide shots. He's still not throwing straight punches. So I don't know if his stand-up's even really improved. Can Stipe's chin take a few more shots from somebody like Francis? Big question, because, Stipe's 36, 37 now. He's been DC got him with the overhand. Is his chin prepared for Ngannou? Because the power is not going to be gone from Ngannou in the first 230. Can Stipe survive the first 230? Can Francis throw straighter shots? Those are my questions. What I know, Stipe learned to avoid an overhand right, because DC landed it in the second fight and did not in the third, or landed in the first fight, not the second or third. That should help him avoid Francis's shots, because Stipe is a great boxer that almost forgets sometimes to respect his opponent's power. And most of the guys that aren't boxers, like DC or Francis, they're throwing shots that Stipe should avoid. Like Tyson Fury could avoid those shots, because he can avoid sloppy, heavy shots. He has to avoid about 20 to 30 shots, I think, within the first 230. He can get hit by some of them, but not a lot of them. And then we should see a controlled performance by Stipe. Francis's chances to hurt him and unload his clip. So Francis can't even do a Derek Lewis, meaning that he's going to have to be patient, and he lost to Derek Lewis, but he can't be patient for Stipe. Stipe will piece him up if he's patient. Being patient for Francis doesn't even extend his gas tank, in my opinion. He cannot outpoint him. He cannot outgrapple him, and he can't outfight him in a long fight. So my outcome is Stipe by late second or third round TKO, maybe on the ground. But my alternate ending. So if this is a book with the alternate ending, I got Francis by a vicious KO in under 230. So if you're going to be betting, again, I don't know if I'll bet this. I'll probably bet on Stipe just to win the fight. He's an underdog, for Christ's sake. But it was kind of like Conor. If Conor got Poirier in the first 6 minutes, then good for Conor. He got him. That's how it will go in the third fight as well, in my opinion. Conor can't improve things that people say he can improve. He cannot at this point. He can still catch Dustin in the first 6 minutes. If he doesn't, Dustin's going to knock him out again. This is the same thing here. If Francis cannot walk him down and knock him out in the first 230, or really hurt him where he can't really get away from him anymore, then I got Stipe doing the exact same thing again. That's what I got. What do you got?
Yeah, so I had notes for this one, and I just threw them out the door, because I really don't need the notes for this fight.
Yeah.
But I will say Stipe fights out strong style fight team, and then Francis Ngannou fights out MMA factory. When I was looking at this fight, it reminded me, if you think about it, you remember when DC won the first fight against Stipe?
Yep.
It was literally right after Stipe's fight with Francis Ngannou, where they took a lot out of each other. They said that once they left that octagon, him and Francis needed medical attention. They're both out of it. In that first round, Stipe took a bunch, quite a few shots to the head by Francis, but the key there was he was able to hang in there. He took those shots, and then he came back. And then, like you said, after a minute or two, he started to attack Ngannou with his boxing. And then after that, like Ngannou was basically done. He was gassed out. And then at the best part, what like I was going to mention is I think it was you. You sent that video in the chat today, the punch out one with DC and Stipe. Stipe's boxing where he can hit you in the side, the stomach, and liver is just amazing. Like the pinpoint accuracy he does. I think what he's going to do, like with that, like he was able to adjust after that loss to DC and then incorporate his game plan for the second and the third one. So essentially, Stipe fought Ngannou and then fought 2 times, I think 2 or 3 times against Cormier. No, he fought 2 times against Cormier.
Yeah.
I believe it was. Or no, it was 3 times. He had and now he's fighting Ngannou again. So essentially, that's top talent right away for Stipe to fight in the past 5 fights.
Yep.
And now he has Ngannou again. I think it's going to hurt Ngannou that he won so fast in his last 3-4 fights. Maybe he should have like not come out guns blazing right away and then like kind of paced himself to try and work on things. Yeah, it's all he knows. But if that doesn't work out in the first 2 minutes, then it becomes like I like to say a crisis of confidence, like he did with Derek Lewis, where like once he didn't win, he didn't know what to do. Like he was passive because he was afraid of Derek Lewis's shot, just like Derek Lewis was kind of afraid of him.
Yep.
And then Derek Lewis just so happened to win by decision because he was a little bit more assertive in that fight than Ngannou is. Is Ngannou going to be kind of afraid knowing that he lost the first fight? Like, if I don't get that knockout in the first 2 minutes, I'm done. Is he going to have that mentality, or is he going to switch things up and then maybe try and pace himself and then just like insert like explosive strikes here and there instead of like everything at the beginning, like go for broke? Because Stipe is going to be able to withstand that. He's really good at defending that, like withstanding that onslaught early on, and then taking over afterwards. That's what he game plan is probably game planning for. So the one shot I think Ngannou has, like in this fight, is maybe doing what I said, like come out early, fast, and then do like a mini onslaught, not like a big one, like trying to hit him a few times, then pull back, and then take your time, and then go back in, but do it in like intervals, not like a whole like bam right at once. Like do like interval here, attacking him at different times, because then Stipe is gonna be like, okay, he's not doing everything at once. What do I need to do now? And then Francis needs to know that he's going to have to watch the body shots. That's going to be a big part of this matchup for Stipe, is the body shots. Going after the body, hit him in the side to slow him down. And then when Francis decides to pull out to protect his body, that's when he's going to attack the head. Because we don't know how Ngannou is with these, except for in the fight against Stipe. And Stipe had his way, and he picked him apart. That's why I have Stipe Miocic by unanimous decision. I think he's going to win 4 out of 5 rounds. I might give Ngannou the first round, because that's when he's going to come out probably guns blazing. But every fight after that, I got a Stipe. And just like you said, you were thinking in my head with your alternate editing, I was like, if Ngannou can connect on a really good clean shot, he has the shot in the first 2 minutes. But I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, so I was looking at it for some reason, just like you did with Usman and Woodley. For some reason, I thought Stipe TKO'd Ngannou, but he didn't. It was what you said. The last fight was a 5-round unanimous decision, but it was a pummeling of Ngannou. But the first round, Stipe took enough damage to be wiped out and go to the hospital as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at Ngannou's record. He's never won a fight that's gone to the third round. I mean, he beat Curtis Blaydes at a stoppage at the end of the second round. But if it goes to the third round, like Ngannou can't swim. You know what I mean? He can't swim. So if it goes past the third round, I'd say there's no way. You better start, even if Stipe gets crushed in the first 2 rounds. If it goes to the third round, we should all be live betting on Stipe, because the wheels will fall off Francis by the 5th round if it gets that far. Your idea for him to pull out, I think if he pulls out, sorry to say, that's when Stipe would really piece him up. Like, I really think if Ngannou lets off the gas, which you think he has to do to really survive, I think if you step off the gas for somebody as high IQ as Stipe in the octagon, it's like doing it to John Jones, and I think he's even bigger trouble. I like your idea, but I don't know.
I'm just saying it because if he just puts it all out right away, that's basically him emptying his gas tank out.
That's the only way, I think. I see him stopping it, and like Stipe is not going to stop at that point. And Stipe, let's not get it confused. This Stipe can knock you out too. This isn't a guy like Curtis Blades. I mean, Stipe knocked out Cormier. Stipe knocks people out. So it's again, the alternate ending could be real. Like, we could be coming back and being like, wow, man, Stipe ended up on Muhammad's cartoon, and he's in the shadow realm with Gregor Gillespie and Connor now, and all the guys are in the shadow realm. I mean, that could happen because Francis could put anybody into the shadow realm, right? But there's so many ways Stipe can win if he can get past that first 230. And let's just talk about this real quick. Connor was taken down by Poirier. The clock on my 7 minutes of Connor was still running on the takedown. So if somehow Stipe can get Francis down early, that is not a rest for Francis. So the clock is still running on how much time he has to knock out Stipe, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I'm just wondering, they came out the other day and said that Francis is like obsessed with wrestling right now. Like, he's training it, he's obsessed with it. Like, he's doing everything with it, and I'm like,
can't wait.
What? I'm like, what exactly is he doing? What's his game plan with that? Is he just like training to defend the takedown, or like what? Or is he actually gonna try and take down Stipe?
That would be crazy.
What is the plan? Like,
is it
who knows?
Like Nate Diaz? Oh, you're a wrestler now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were a wrestler.
Yeah. If he could do that, like, I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna be like, holy shit!
That would be awesome, though. That would show that, hey, you can still at 34 add a new weapon to, like, he's so big and scary. But I mean, that would be awesome if he did that. I mean, that's always some fugazi in the fight game.
Yeah, like, just imagine him coming out right away, like Brock Lesnar style.
Right?
You say, go, spear him to the ground right away, and then just unloading on him. Like, I'd be interested to see how Stipe reacts to that.
If I was Stipe, I would wave the white flag and just be like, that's enough. This guy now can wrestle. Now it's time to go.
Yeah. But like,